I know that, and I think I'm going to be there.
I believe it.
And I don't see here.
Ronnie Milsap, the country music icon with a voice that defined a generation, remains one of the most remarkable talents in music history. From overcoming blindness to breaking genre barriers, his journey is nothing short of extraordinary. But what became of him? Join us as we uncover whatever happened to Ronnie Milsap and the path he continues to travel. Destined for greatness. Ronnie Milsap's extraordinary journey began on January 16, 1943, in the humble town of Robbinsville, North Carolina. Born nearly blind due to a congenital disorder, his introduction to life was marked by challenges that many might have found impossible to overcome. Sadly, his mother abandoned him as an infant because she thought his blindness was a punishment, leaving him in the care of his loving but impoverished grandparents. Nestled in the rugged beauty of the Smoky Mountains, he grew up in an environment of stark hardship and quiet perseverance. At the tender age of 5, young Milsap's life changed profoundly when he was sent to the North Carolina State School for the Blind and Deaf in Raleigh. This marked a new point in his journey, pulling him away from the familiarity of his grandparents' care and thrusting him into a world designed to help him overcome his limitations. Despite the immense chaos, Milsap adapted remarkably, immersing himself in an environment that emphasized education, discipline, and the potential to rise above adversity. As he adjusted to life at the school, Milsap found comfort and inspiration in the late-night sounds of the radio.
I've always, from being a kid, and I was love music.
The airwaves carried vibrant melodies and rhythms of country, gospel, and rhythm and blues, which captivated his imagination completely. These genres ignited a profound passion for music that would shape his destiny. These broadcasts became an escape and a spark of hope, revealing to him a world beyond his immediate struggles. At just 7 years old, his instructors noticed his exceptional musical abilities. Recognizing his potential, they encouraged him to develop his talent formally. Milsap eagerly embraced the opportunity, beginning his classical music training at the Governor Moorhead School. His dedication was evident as he delved enthusiastically into learning multiple instruments. However, it was the piano, with its infinite expressive possibilities, that resonated most deeply with him. He mastered it skillfully, pouring his emotions and creativity into the keys, which became his voice in a world where he could not see. But despite his growing musical success, Milsap faced profound personal challenges. At the age of 14, a harsh and unkind act from a school house parent altered his life irreversibly. A slap caused him to lose the limited vision he had retained in his left eye, leaving him entirely blind. This moment could have been a devastating setback, but instead, it became a catalyst for his resilience. The cultural explosion of Elvis Presley's rise in 1956 was a revelation for the young musician. Deeply inspired by the infectious energy and rebellious spirit of rock and roll, Milsap was drawn to this new musical frontier. It wasn't long before he formed his own rock band, The Apparitions, with his high school friends. The group allowed him to channel his enthusiasm for music into energetic performances that blended rock, country, and rhythm and blues. These formative experiences framed his artistic identity, and he began to pay homage to the legendary musicians who influenced him. Icons like Ray Charles, Little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis, and, of course, Elvis Presley. As his talent blossomed, Milsap's academic journey mirrored his musical exploration. Awarded a full scholarship, he enrolled briefly at Young Harris College in Georgia, intending to become a lawyer. Despite excelling academically, he found himself irresistibly drawn to the magnetic pull of music. While in college, he joined a local R&B band called The Dimensions. Their electrifying performances in Atlanta's music scene made them a local sensation. The Royal Peacock Club, a gritty and energetic venue, became a regular stage for Milsap, further establishing his reputation as a dynamic and versatile musician. As time passed, the call of music proved too strong to ignore. In the fall of 1960s, Milsap made a life-changing decision to forego a law school scholarship and pursue his passion full-time. This period of transition was not only professionally transformative, but also personally significant. Meanwhile, Milsap would soon meet the one person who would influence his life dramatically. Love at first sound. Milsap met his wife, Joyce Reeves, at a dinner party he attended while in college. Reeves worked as a secretary, and Milsap revealed their love was love at first sound. She soon became the inspiration for his music. He revealed that those who loved his music understood how much he loved his wife, whom he called his Sapphire. They got married in 1965, and she became the music and the feeling inside most of his songs. His wife became the love of his life, the mother of his son, and the world's happiest grandmother. Besides being his muse, his wife also supported him throughout his life.
She's beautiful inside. She loves music just like I do.
Milsap's early career began to gain momentum through the advocacy of Atlanta disc jockey Pat Hughes, who recognized his immense potential. In 1963, Hughes championed Milsap's first single, Total Disaster It Went to Your Head, which achieved considerable local success. Selling 15,000 copies, the record became a regional hit, propelled by Hughes' dedicated promotion on his radio show. This initial success fueled Milsap's confidence and paved the way for greater opportunities. Shortly thereafter, Milsap auditioned for a role as a keyboardist for musician J.J. Cale, expanding his musical horizons and earning valuable industry connections. In 1965, he signed with New York-based Scepter Records, an influential move that led to the release of several singles, although most of these records did not achieve widespread acclaim. That same year, he found success with Never Had It So Good, a song written by the legendary Ashford and Simpson. The track climbed to number 19 on the R&B charts, marking his first significant hit and hinting at the potential for future achievements. As Milsap continued to evolve as an artist, he relocated to Memphis, Tennessee in the late 1960s, a decision that would prove immensely fruitful. Partnering with renowned producer Chips Moman, he became a regular performer at T.J.'s, a lively Memphis nightclub where his soulful performances captivated audiences. Moman's guidance helped Milsap secure session work on several prominent projects, including collaborations with Elvis Presley. His contributions to tracks like Don't Cry Daddy in 1969 and Kentucky Rain in 1970 demonstrated his skill and adaptability, earning him widespread respect within the music community. In 1970, Milsap ventured into solo artistry, releasing the single Loving You Is a Natural Thing, which achieved modest success on the pop charts. This endeavor laid the groundwork for his debut album, Ronnie Milsap, released under Warner Brothers in 1971. Milsap proved that even the most challenging obstacles can be turned into opportunities for greatness. Even he could not believe what happened next. Ronnie Milsap's career reached a turning point in December 1972, when he took a bold step and moved to Nashville, Tennessee. His wife encouraged him to move in order to further his career. The decision wasn't premeditated, but came after a lucky encounter with country music legend Charley Pride. Milsap had been performing at the iconic nightclub Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, captivating audiences with his soulful voice. Among the listeners one night was Pride, whose admiration for Milsap's performance became the catalyst for a dramatic shift in his musical direction. Recognizing Milsap's immense talent, Pride offered life-changing encouragement, urging him to focus his artistry on country music. This profound meeting set Milsap on a new path, one he pursued with unrelenting determination. Under the guidance of Pride's manager, Jack D. Johnson, Milsap signed with RCA Records 1973. That same year, he released his first RCA single, I Hate You, a track that gathered immense praise from country music fans and marked his initial success in the genre. The song climbed the charts with undeniable momentum, peaking at number 10 and signaling the start of a remarkable career transformation. By 1974, Milsap's rising star had become undeniable. Touring alongside Charley Pride as an opening act, he honed his stage presence and connected deeply with audiences. That year proved to be monumental as he achieved two #1 hits. The first, Pure Love, written by Eddie Rabbitt, showcased Milsap's ability to deliver heartfelt, infectious melodies.
Your hits, the first #1 hit that I had was in '74, a song called Pure Love.
Yeah.
The second, a deeply emotional piece titled Please Don't Tell Me How the Story Ends, penned by Chris Christopherson, not only became a chart-topping success, but also earned Milsap his first Grammy Award. His artistry flourished further in 1975, with hits like his revival of Don Gibson's I'd Be a Legend in My Time, and the lively Daydreams About Night Things, both of which soared to number 1. Between 1976 and 1978, Milsap's dominance in country music grew exponentially. During this period, he achieved an extraordinary streak of 7 consecutive number 1 singles, firmly establishing himself as one of the genre's most celebrated artists. Among these hits were tracks that became cornerstones of his career, including the Grammy-winning I'm a Stand By My Woman Man and the stirring ballad What a Difference You've Made in My Life. However, one song stood out above the rest. The 1977 classic, It Was Almost Like a Song. This piano-driven ballad captivated audiences not only in country music circles, but also beyond, breaking into the Billboard Hot 100 pop chart at number 16 and reaching number 7 on the adult contemporary chart. Its success outlined Milsap's ability to transcend genres, although his primary success remained deeply rooted in country music. Breakthrough. As the 1970s gave way to the 1980s, Milsap's sound evolved, incorporating lush, string-laden arrangements that appealed to both country and pop audiences. This stylistic shift marked the beginning of a new era in his career, one defined by crossover success. From 1980 to 1983, he achieved an amazing streak of 11 consecutive number 1 country singles. Among these, Smoky Mountain Rain, included on his Greatest Hits album, became a defining moment. The song not only topped the country charts but also reached the top 20 on the pop chart and secured number 1 spot on the adult contemporary chart, elevating Milsap's position as a versatile and far-reaching artist. This period was marked by further crossover hits, including the irresistible There's No Getting Over Me, which became a top 5 pop single, and other favorites like I Wouldn't Have Missed It for the World and Any Day Now. The latter achieved remarkable success on the adult contemporary chart, holding the number 1 position for 5 weeks. Each of these songs simultaneously topped the country charts, showcasing Milsap's unique ability to captivate listeners across diverse musical landscapes. Although his streak of number 1 hits concluded in 1983, Milsap's chart success continued unrelenting. Stranger in My House, a compelling and genre-defying track, achieved significant acclaim, reaching number 5 on the country chart, number 23 on the pop chart, and number 8 on the adult contemporary chart. Shortly afterward, Don't You Know How Much I Love You became his final notable entry on the pop chart. Meanwhile, his success in the adult contemporary and country music worlds remained robust. Songs like Show Her, Still Losing You, and the Grammy-winning Lost in the 50s Tonight solidified his legacy the more, with the latter becoming his final major crossover hit in 1985. Between 1985 and 1987, Milsap continued to shine brightly on the country charts. His ability to connect with fans remained evident through a string of number 1 hits, including the heartfelt She Keeps the Home Fires Burning, the tender In Love, and the upbeat Snap Your Fingers. Tracks like Where Do the Nights Go and his Grammy-winning duet with Kenny Rogers, Make No Mistake, She's Mine, highlighted his enduring relevance and artistic growth. During this period, he also contributed the theme song to the NBC series J.J. Starbuck, showcasing his versatility and widespread appeal. By 1989, Milsap achieved his final number 1 hit with A Woman in Love, a soul-touching track that resonated deeply with fans. While his chart-topping days began to wane, his influence and popularity endured. Songs like Houston Solution, Stranger Things Have Happened, and Turn That Radio On maintained his presence on the charts. Also, his rendition of the classic Since I Don't Have You found success on the adult contemporary chart. In 1990, Milsap reflected on his remarkable journey by co-authoring his autobiography, Almost Like a Song, a work that offered an intimate look into his life and career. The early 1990s brought new challenges as Milsap's chart success began to decline. Still, he continued to release impactful music, including the 1992 single All Is Fair in Love and War, which featured the masterful guitar work of Mark Knopfler and reached number 11 on the country chart. His final top 40 hit, True Believer, appeared in 1993, marking the close of an era. Despite the shifting musical landscape, Milsap's legacy remained firmly intact, a proof of his distinct artistry and enduring connection with fans. Through decades of evolution and reinvention, He carved out a place in music history that continues to inspire. Even when radio airplay significantly dwindled after the mid-1990s, Milsap persevered through the often unpredictable shifts of the music industry, displaying unrelenting determination that allowed his artistry to flourish. In 1993, following an illustrious and highly successful career with RCA Records, he transitioned boldly to Liberty Records and unveiled the album True Believer. While the project unfortunately struggled to achieve widespread radio attention, the title track managed to climb to number 30 on the country charts. This modest yet meaningful success marked the beginning of a period where Milsap adeptly navigated the complexities of a changing music landscape, with his characteristic resilience and passion. By the year 2000, Milsap re-emerged vibrantly with the ambitious release of a 2-CD compilation titled 40 Number 1 Hits. This extensive and thoughtfully curated collection celebrated his many past achievements while also introducing a fresh single, Time, Love, and Money. The release resonated powerfully with his loyal and dedicated fan base, ultimately earning a gold certification. Although the new single regrettably failed to chart, the compilation served as a reminder of Milsap's profound impact on the music industry and his unyielding relevance. That same year, his extraordinary career and life story were featured prominently by A&E's biography television series. This in-depth profile not only highlighted his incredible achievements, but also explored the personal and professional journey that shaped him into an iconic figure in country music history. Complementing this honor, CMT featured Milsap in numerous programs, including their engaging and highly praised 40 Greatest Men of Country Music, New Heights. In 2005, Milsap's versatility as an artist shone brightly when he collaborated with the Tex-Mex rock group Los Lonely Boys for an episode of Crossroads. This exciting and genre-blending collaboration vividly showcased Milsap's adaptability and willingness to embrace different musical styles, demonstrating an eagerness to connect with fans of diverse tastes. Around this same period, Milsap ventured boldly into new creative territory by reconnecting with his roots in American popular and jazz music. Collaborating with producer Jerry F. Sherrill, he recorded Just for a Thrill in 2004. Marking his first non-country album since the early 1970s. This carefully crafted project earned him a well-deserved Grammy nomination. By 2006, Milsap had come full circle, signing once again with RCA Records and returning passionately to contemporary country music with the album My Life. This heartfelt release marked a significant return to a more mainstream sound that deeply resonated with his audience. The lead single, Local Girls, only reached number 54 on the charts, reinforcing Milsap's enduring commitment to crafting relatable and memorable music. This period reflected his ability to maintain a delicate balance between nostalgia for traditional country sounds and a fresh embrace of contemporary influences, proving his remarkable adaptability as an artist. In 2009, Milsap took another profound step in his musical journey by releasing Then Sings My Soul, a beautifully curated 2-CD compilation of 24 hymns and gospel songs. This deeply spiritual and emotionally touching collection included the hit Up to Zion, written alongside Gregory James Tornquist and Noreen Creighton, which achieved success by reaching number 1 on the Southern Gospel charts. The project highlighted Milsap's extraordinary ability to infuse his music with profound faith and heartfelt emotion, deeply touching the hearts of fans who admired his spiritual devotion. His participation in a Gaither videotaping on May 12, 2010, showed his connection to gospel music and his willingness to explore themes of faith with exceptional sincerity. The year 2011 marked yet another evolution in Milsap's artistic career with the release of Country Again. This album was a notable and meaningful return to a more traditional country sound, reflecting his unfailing commitment to honoring the roots of the genre that had defined much of his illustrious career. On May 2, 2013, Milsap delivered a profoundly moving and emotionally charged performance to honor the legendary George Jones during a memorial service celebrating Jones's extraordinary life and music. Performing the classic When the Grass Grows Over Me, Milsap's striking rendition resonated deeply with attendees and with viewers and listeners across numerous platforms. The memorial was broadcast live on CMT, GAC, RFD-TV, the Nashville Network, and Family Net, as well as radio stations such as WSM 650 AM and Sirius XM. Milsap's heartfelt performance served as a tribute to Jones's legacy while reaffirming his own status as one of the genre's most respected and admired voices. By the close of 2013, anticipation mounted as it was announced that Milsap would soon release a new album. In March 2014, he unveiled Summer No. 17, a nostalgic collection that featured his interpretations of classic pop and R&B songs from the 1950s and 1960s. On June 1, 2014, Rolling Stone magazine enthusiastically honored his legacy by ranking his iconic song, Smoky Mountain Rain, at 96 on its prestigious list of the 100 greatest country songs. This accolade powerfully demonstrated the timelessness of a song, ensuring its place among the genre's most beloved tracks. In 2016, Milsap's artistry once again became a centerpiece of celebration when he joined an exclusive group of 30 immensely talented artists to participate in the creation of Forever Country. This remarkable mashup combined three cherished classics: Take Me Home, Country Roads, On the Road Again, and I Will Always Love You. It was a tribute commemorating 50 years of the Country Music Association, CMA, awards. Milsap's inclusion in this groundbreaking project reflected his undeniable status as one of the genre's most influential and respected figures. Through his contribution to this daringly creative endeavor, he seamlessly connected with audiences who had admired his work for decades. In October 2018, news emerged that took fans of the country music legend by surprise. Billboard eagerly announced that Ronnie Milsap was preparing to release an exceptionally star-studded album, Ronnie Milsap The Duets, which was scheduled for release in January 2019. True to its promise, the album debuted on January 18, 2019, featuring a dazzling array of collaborations with country music's finest talents. Dolly Parton, Willie Nelson, George Strait, and Little Big Town joined Milsap on this ambitious project, indicating the breadth of his influence and his ability to create magic alongside his peers. The Duets album's impact was felt strongly across multiple charts, with its songs making notable appearances. It soared to number 15 on the Independent Albums chart, climbed to number 47 on the top current album sales chart, and achieved a respectable number 57 on the top album sales chart. Among the standout moments from the album was the reimagining of Smoky Mountain Rain as a stunning duet with Dolly Parton. This collaboration made its mark by reaching number 27 on the Adult Contemporary chart, where it spent an impressive 5 weeks captivating listeners. What Milsap didn't know was that he was about to experience a very tragic period in his life. Double tragedy. Milsap's family faced significant hardships starting in 2014 when his wife was diagnosed with leukemia, leaving her too ill to attend his induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Then on February 23, 2019, tragedy struck. Their 49-year-old son Todd was found lifeless on his houseboat at Four Corners Marina in Nashville. The Metropolitan Nashville Police Department indicated his death appeared to be from natural causes. Milsap expressed gratitude for the impact Todd had on others, noting that everyone who knew him was better for it. Todd had played a vital role in his father's music career, contributing to videos, projects, and tours. By mid-2020, Milsap demonstrated his unrelenting passion for creating music. He delighted fans with an exciting update posted on his website, where he shared that he had built a new home studio and had begun recording fresh material. This announcement signaled an exhilarating new chapter for the artist, who had already accomplished so much. Sadly, Milsap faced another heartbreak when his wife passed away on September 6, 2021, at the age of 81. Reflecting on her loss, he shared that no words or songs could encapsulate his love for her. He found solace in believing she was reunited with their son in heaven, yet he also felt her presence with him daily due to the remarkable person she was.
It was all to do with my wife, Joycey. She was my biggest fan, and she told me what I was doing right.
Following her death, friends paid heartfelt tributes. The Oak Ridge Boys highlighted the couple's renowned love story, which spanned over 5 decades, while Sam Moore described her as an extraordinary woman who was devoted to her family and cherished by her friends. Shortly afterward, his team enthusiastically unveiled his reimagined version of the classic tune, Happy Happy Birthday Baby, transforming it into the festive Merry, Merry Christmas Baby. Released on October 16, 2020, this heartfelt track marked Milsap's long-awaited return to holiday music, a domain he hadn't revisited since his 1986 Christmas album. Continuing his creative streak, Milsap released A Better Word for Love in 2021. This remarkable album, recorded at Ronnie's place and released through Black River Entertainment, highlighted his ability to infuse fresh energy into his music. That same year, Milsap thrilled his longtime fans by reissuing his previously out-of-print album Christmas with Ronnie Milsap on CD. This beloved collection of holiday songs, originally announced in September 2021, was officially released on November 12m, adding another layer of joy to the festive season. The year 2022 brought even more highlights and heartfelt collaborations for Milsap. In March, Michael Feinstein released his tribute album, Gershwin Country, which featured a memorable duet with Milsap on Oh Lady Be Good. Their spirited rendition beautifully blended styles across genres. Shortly afterward, his team announced an exciting new venture, a podcast titled Music and Milsap, produced by Marty McKeever. This venture offered fans an intimate glimpse into Milsap's world, with episodes debuting on April 22 and made widely accessible on platforms such as Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Adding to an already eventful year, Milsap had the honor of inducting his longtime friend Ray Charles into the Country Music Hall of Fame on May 1, 2022. This deeply meaningful moment highlighted Milsap's strong bonds within the music community and his dedication to honoring his peers. Meanwhile, whispers began circulating about his next project, an album of American songbook classics recorded with his longtime friend and producer Rob Galbraith. As anticipation for the project grew, Milsap's extraordinary career was celebrated in September when he was inducted into the Memphis Music Hall of Fame, joining iconic figures like Mavis Staples and Priscilla Presley. As the calendar turned to 2023, Milsap reached an incredible milestone, his 80th birthday. On March 25, he celebrated this occasion with an unforgettable event at the Grand Ole Opry. Surrounded by a star-studded lineup that included Trace Adkins, Little Big Town, and Jeannie Seely, Milsap joyfully reflected on a lifetime of achievements. Later in 2023, Milsap contributed his talents to the Gaither Tribute, award-winning artists honor the songs of Bill and Gloria Gaither album. His moving rendition of I Just Feel Like Something Good Is About to Happen was joined by contributions from other legendary artists like Alabama, Reba McEntire, and Lee Ann Womack. Released in August, the album was a heartfelt homage to the Gaithers' profound impact on music. In a moment steeped in reflection and gratitude, Milsap performed his final live show on October 3, 2023, at the Bridgestone Arena. Surrounded by many of his musical friends and admirers, he delivered a performance that was both deeply emotional and celebratory. While this marked the end of his touring career, it did not signify a complete farewell to music. As a fitting conclusion to an eventful year, Milsap released a delightful new duet, Jambalaya, on the Bayou, alongside Deborah Silver on June 30. This cheerful and lively track embodied the joy and passion that have defined his career. Milsap remained dedicated to his podcast, Music and Milsap, and his creative drive continued to inspire him to record new material. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.